Hey there, seriously, no. Hey there, seriously here, no. Seriously, I'm Jonathan. Thank you for taking the time to watch a sweet review about M&Ms. Today we're going to look at M&Ms and why they appeal to some deep psychological needs that you may not have even realized. By the end of this review, you will have something to tell your friends the next time you share a package. Together, we are going to review this bag of M&Ms as if we're taking a train to Hawaii. Just kidding. Topics are contents, consumption, HP, intelligence, and of course, the conclusion and recommendation. Here we've been able to get our hands on a legendary chest containing 24 packages. Ooh, so special. so special. M&Ms are sort of like a payload. Always stay with the payload, never T9. Okay. After opening several packages of M&Ms, I found that the amount of M&Ms is not always the same. Okay, but seriously, if you're lucky, you can get like 60 M&Ms, and if you're unlucky, 51. I found that the average, being the mean, is actually 56. If you know what I mean. Does that mean? Inside, there are 6 colors, of which the amounts vary. The rarest being yellow and the most common being blue and green. After extensive research, I have found that the distribution of colors depends on which colors the factories had available to put inside the packages. And it's not always the same. Machines cut off at a high speed based on weight, so the color distribution is rarely the same, which can be seen in wide confidence intervals on the picture. A little information about red. Did you know it's made from carmine, which is extracted from lice that live on cactuses in South America? Blue is deemed to be the color people tend not to eat. This is most likely because very few foods in nature are blue of color. In a study, they once put a steak under a blue light, and people were not able to eat the steak because they were nauseous. Interestingly, in a Belgium study, people ate M&Ms blindfolded and they were not able to tell which color they were eating. Okay, so how should we consume this temporary speed boost?
Let's up the tempo.
I've come across different techniques that mainly revolve around where you can store M&Ms in your mouth. Under your tongue, in the roof of your mouth, between your teeth, and in your cheeks. All of these techniques help to slowly melt the M&Ms so that when you crunch down on them, you get a big influx of chocolate taste in your mouth. So good. And because there's little to no fiber in M&Ms, the influx of chocolate in the bloodstream, of sugar in the bloodstream, is extremely fast. First, we're going to demonstrate the hamster method, and after that, we are going to demonstrate the handful method, which works really quick if you're in a high-stress situation. And once you've eaten the M&Ms, of course, you'll have a Mario speed boost. Snap! Half have disappeared. When you eat the M&Ms by twos, the symmetrical distribution allows for a good taste. Obviously, drinking water helps to reset the taste, so drink between eating your M&Ms regularly. Health-wise, the American Heart Association recommends maximum 150 calories of sugar per day. With a package being 45 grams, being 228 calories, it would mean that you can't finish a package. Unfortunately, one M&M being about 3 calories, it would mean that you can eat 30 M&Ms a day. 2,500 male caloric daily need can be met with 11 packages of M&Ms, which is about 625 M&Ms. In health research, I found it hilarious that the abbreviation M&M stands for morbidity and mortality. In other words, how many people get sick and how many people die from an intervention or drug. If you're falling asleep, just hang on for the last part of the video. I happen to love a sweet ending.
So, don't forget to hit the like button and go to sleep.
Now, health-wise, I looked at the mortality of candy, and I found an article stating 1 to 5 times a month has a lower mortality rate than eating candy 3 times a week. Funny thing is that the article also noted that the group that ate no candy at all had the highest mortality rate, which they noted as being unfortunate. The group that didn't eat candy most likely smoked and drank more alcohol, thus they didn't need candy, and so they died because that's more unhealthy. Anyways, I found that they used a higher safe caloric range in that last article, being 187 to 250 calories, And an M&M package being 228 calories means that you can safely eat one package a day according to this study. Now, I can't say M&Ms are healthy, but I can say there are more things out there that are worse for your health. Comparing chocolate, peanut, and caramel blue M&Ms, we're looking at 67, 53, and 65 grams per 100 grams respectively of sugar. Chocolate has the most sugar, being equal to 16 cubes of sugars in one package. Considering the sugar quantity, you will have a spike in blood sugar that lasts about 20 to 30 minutes, and then all the sugar gets sucked out of your bloodstream by insulin, and then you have what's called the sugar crash. And that's about 30 to 60 minutes after you eat your very high sugar content meal. Basically, you can compare this to Dead Cell's corrupted power skill. It also increases direct damage dealt by the player by base 50%, but the player receives 30% damage from all sources while the effect is active. The temporary attack bonus makes you vulnerable to taking damage. Now let's take a look at the psychological side of M&Ms. Personally, my favorite part, because M&Ms can be organized, and the urge to organize is a deep psychological need associated with safety. Organizing gives a feeling of accomplishment. Thus, organization is an expression of freedom and control. You can also share M&Ms, which is like a medium to increase your sense of belonging. Making words with M&Ms is fun, and it allows for expression of creativity, which is one of the highest levels in the Maslow pyramid of needs. Here I've made the words chaos and order. Aw, so sweet. So, what are our recommendations after all that? Well, I guess in a capitalistic world, we obviously have to look at the pleasure per minute cost. I bought these M&Ms for $15.95, which puts a package at 67 cents. So if we check how quickly we eat it, which is about 12 minutes, then we do 67 cents divided by 12 minutes, which is 5.6 cents per minute. Of course, we have to compare this to something. So Choco takes about 8 minutes to eat. A bag of those costs €3, which has 25.5 Choco in them. That would take about 200 minutes to eat. So if we divide those two, then a Choco has a pleasure per minute cost of 1.5 cents. So the sweet conclusion would then be that Choco is a lot cheaper, so your pleasure per minute cost is a lot lower. But M&Ms also have the psychological pleasure of organizing, which gives a feeling of control, which gives a feeling of safety. You can even be creative by allowing you to experience the pleasure of expression when you make words, which is like having a much higher XP multiplier. So, what destiny should we long for? In the end, it's all about personal preference, I know, so let me know in the comments what your candy build looks like. If you ask me, I would recommend a build with more vegetables, because this allows for your endurance stats to increase, and this will give you an overall higher sense of clarity. All that helps in the game of life, so don't forget to hike and hit the gym, and seriously, thanks for watching. Have a good, sweet day.